So, good morning, guys. I am fresh out the shower. I just washed my hair, so excuse the craziness. I will fix it in a second. But I wanted to show you guys something, or actually open up a little more about my, I want to say imperfections, but it's life. So, one of the other things with having PCOS is excessive hair growth. And then some people have hair loss. So it just all depends. I'm one of the ones with the hair growth, and it's crazy because I do have the chin hairs. I don't know if you can see it. Y'all see one of them? Yeah. Okay. So you just saw me pull it. We ain't gonna get that close. And then I also have the chest hairs. So yeah, I think you can see it. These are some of the things that I deal with. So um, most of the time I'm really self-conscious about it. Like, I have to make sure I'm checking my chest area before I put on certain shirts. Then you don't want to shave too much. I have sensitive skin, so when I nair, I'm really, really red and bumpy. I didn't nair, I just don't know where those red bumps come from. But again, like I said, I have sensitive skin, so I have to be really, really careful. The chin hair, I mean, some of them don't bother me, so I don't worry about it. But if Keith sees it, he like pulls it, and it's annoying. So it's one of the things that you just kind of deal with. But I definitely have the excessive hairiness. It's hard to lose weight, easy to gain it, but it's hard to lose weight. Um, Now my cycles aren't that bad. Before, my cycles was horrible. Um, I remember one time when I first moved out on my own and I was working, I literally, you guys, was on the floor at work and I could not move. Like, I was humped over. I was a teller. I was about to say cashier. I was a teller at a bank, and literally I serviced people hunched over until my manager came over and was like, "This is not gonna work. You're like in too much pain to where when I try to walk out the line, I just kind of fell on the floor because that's how intense my cycle was. Um, that's how much I was bleeding that particular month, or they call it like your shedding. My shedding process was too intense, so I had to go to the doctor and get medication to turn my cycle off. So it's a up and down here battle. You figure out what works for you, and eventually I figured out what worked for me. And at that time, I was just taking Prevera once a month for 10 days just to make sure everything was regulated. Uh, Same process that I'm doing now, but that was just my every month process with actually trying to get pregnant, because that's the only way I can have cycles. Don't get me wrong, if I was going on a trip or planning something, y'all, didn't take that medication because I knew if I didn't take it, I wouldn't have a cycle. So it was a blessing and a curse at the same time. So I just wanted to share one of my imperfections, or one of the things that I deal with. The other things outside of infertility that I have, as of now, to my knowledge, I don't have any cysts or anything. So that was another thing that I was kind of worried about. I have friends with the same condition, and they had some. Some of them had to get removed. Some of them, they did like a different laser freeze process. I don't know. I just didn't want to do any of it. So luckily for me, I don't have that problem, but I do have issues with my insulin, and I have to be really careful now. Um, Again, because I had gestational with KJ, that it puts me at risk of becoming a diabetic. It also puts him at risk of becoming a diabetic because I was pregnant with him and I had gestational diabetes. So it's a lot of stuff that you kind of got to think about and go through when you have PCOS. So I just wanted to share a little tidbit. Good morning, guys. Today is cycle day 9, and I'm using first morning urine, and we're going to do the 2 tests, clear blue, and then also the ovulation predictor. So let's see what happens. we're still on the flashy face. So the goal is to get a solid smiley face. But the flashy face is still good too. And again, remember, this is just saying that the information is going to my app. So we'll test again tomorrow. Alright, you guys, so I did take the test today. I had to do it old-fashioned. It may be one of the last ones I take on this trip, but I don't know. Now I'm kind of intrigued to see when I will get my solid smiley face. But yeah, so this is the flashy face. And yeah, that's all I got. Good morning, guys. So, see if I can get it. It's no more blinking. There you go. That's better. There is my solid face that I've been trying to get for, well, actually anytime you test, really you want to try to get the solid face. This is pretty much me. This pretty much means that, you know, my egg, let me not explain it here and just post it later or talk about it later after I go back to the paper, but this is the one that you want. So after today I won't test anymore, because this is going to appear for 48 hours, one, and then two, you know, it just pretty much means that you're at the end of this cycle, supposedly, of being fertile. Because remember, this shows for 48 hours, so you don't have to test again. But this is the small, or not the small, this is the flashy face. I want to say that I tested yesterday, but don't quote me, because as you guys can see in here, we are on vacation in Mexico, so I was trying not to stress myself out. But yeah, I decided to test this morning, and this is a solid face, so yay! So because this is the end of cycle 1, I wanted to see the earliest time that I should take a pregnancy test. I don't want to bore you guys with days on top of days of anticipation, nor do I want to stress out myself. So I went ahead just to Google and see when is the earliest I could actually take the test in order to get a clear result. And this is what pulled up. So the date that was recommended is January the 26th. So in the next image, you'll see an actually DPO date for me. And I am choosing to do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday again was the earliest day. So it's like DPO day 10, DPO day 11, 12, and then finally 13, which is January the 26th. Now, this is actually the date that I'm supposed to start back taking my Prevere, so it works out perfectly with timing. Again, for me, timing is everything. Actually pre-planning, because my situation is a little different than other ladies that I actually have to take medication in order to initiate a cycle. So I will test and update you guys daily, and we will see what happens. Baby does to all the ladies.